For the second year in a row and the fifth time in the last 6 seasons, the Powell River Kings and Nanaimo Clippers will meet in the BC Hockey League playoffs. It's becoming somewhat of an annual tradition for the Kings and Nanaimo to meet in March, with the teams splitting the previous 4 encounters. Most recently, though, the Kings a Game 6 victory against Nanaimo in last year's first round. Through 8 games in this regular season just gone, the Kings can lay claim to being the better team, winning the series convincingly by a 6-2 margin. However, the Clippers still take positives out of some of those scorelines. The series began back on September the 14th, a doubleheader right here at the Hap Parker Arena as the Kings and Clippers met in the second weekend of the BCHL regular season. The game was highlighted by third-year Kings forward and newly minted captain Ben Berard not only opening his goal-scoring account this season, but doing so in emphatic fashion.
Over Berard scores! What a pass! Scramble off the draw, Berard in front, turns and scores! Net is empty for the extra attacker. It is 6-on-5. The Clippers roll the dice. Kings lead 3-2. Long will play it to Bruchette. Little punch off the boards. Szymanski for Berard for the hat trick. He shoots and scores!
A 4-2 final as the Kings drew first blood, Mitch Adamick stopping 22 in the victory. Game 2 came the following night here at the Hap. It was a new and different offensive weapon doing the damage on that evening with multiple goals. New Kings forward Ryan Bruchette opened the scoring in the first, then added one in the second period to tie the game at 2.
A shot, rebound, they score off the end wall. It's Ryan Bruchette, and it's 1-0. Pressured off the puck, Nanaimo down the wing left side. Good stick from Lee, stymied that rush. Here's Bruchette across the line, 1-on-2. Bruchette holds, fires and scores!
Another 4-2 final, Mitch Adamick again in net for a quiet night, stopping 18 Nanaimo shots. Now the two teams would play a third game before September was over, as the Kings made their first trip of the regular season to Vancouver Island, which included a Saturday night game at Frank Crane Arena. 3 second-period goals helped the Kings seize control of the game, one that saw rookie Kings defenseman Matt Ricard notch his first BCHL tally.
Left point to Ricard, lots of room, coming in on goal. Ricard in close, scores! In alone and a high backhander beats Pavlison. He was wide open, and Jaden Lee gets him the puck. That'll be the first for Matt Ricard.
A 5-2 final, and the Kings quickly out to a 3-0 series lead against the Nanaimo Clippers. Mitch Adamick with his third win, stopping 24. It'd be almost a month till the teams met again, an October game at the Frank Crane Arena. The Kings were one night removed from a 12-5 drubbing of the Victoria Grizzlies at the Q Center. Now, both teams had undergone some changes, Nanaimo completely overhauling their roster from last year, while the Kings continued to make some tweaks. Hayden Missler got the start in net for the Kings on this night, and it was a much tighter game as Ryan Bruchette scored in the second period before Jaden Lee notched his second goal in the BCHL and first as a King in the third, a tally that stood as the game winner.
Well to steal it back after the puck got caught by Gattenby. Now Lee high in the zone. He scores! Jaden Lee opens his account this season, and the Kings on the power play make it 2-0.
The Kings a 2-1 victory and a 4-0 advantage over Nanaimo so far this season. Game 5 came back in Powell River a week later on October the 27th, and after the Clippers took a first period lead, the Kings needed every single second of that opening frame to tie the game back up.
Nanaimo take it from the ensuing faceoff. Thomas to goal. Chance Bonner scores, and it's going to count.
Neil Szymanski added a second period goal before Josh Koblins completed his first hat-trick in Junior A hockey to seal a 4-1 victory for the Kings.
To the blue line for Ricard. Got support through Pouliot. Instead to Thomas. Back in the middle. Koblins turns, fires, and scores. 45 seconds remaining as Koblins fires for the empty net, and the hat trick, he scores!
Mitch Adamick back between the pipes with a 21 save performance. Game number 23 of the Kings' regular season schedule also served as the 6th against Nanaimo already this season, with the teams due for a long break from one another after a Remembrance Day contest in Nanaimo. Powell River on the end of a 3-3 that saw them beat Cowichan and fall in Alberni. They got up to a 3-1 score into the third period with local affiliate Nick Porchetta scoring his first BCHL goal.
Kawamura in across the line, trying to dance past a check. Puck to the slot as Pocketta. Rebound. Scores! Nick Pocketta has his first in the BCHL, and the Kings some insurance.
However, the Clippers finally found their groove, taking advantage of a Kings team at the end of a long weekend, scoring 4 unanswered to beat the Kings 5-3. Mitch Adamick took the loss with a season series now at a 5-1 score in favor of the Kings. So after 6 games in 58 days to open up the regular season, the two teams didn't see each other for another 78 days until January the 29th here at the Hap Parker Arena for the 7th game of the season series and the last one here in Powell River of the regular year. A roller coaster game that saw the Kings get out to 2-0, 3-2, and 4-3 leads with Nanaimo reeling them in each and every time. It wasn't until midway through the third when Christian Buono capped a fantastic individual effort with the game-winning goal.
Trolling ahead, couldn't quite get there. Stevenson, check that Merriman, hounded by Buono, forces a turnover. Buono shoots and scores! What a goal!
A 5-4 victory and a commanding 6-1 series lead. Game 8 of the season series was also the penultimate game of the 2018-19 campaign for the Powell River Kings, and for the first time this season, Powell River came out flat and largely uninspired against their Harbour City rivals and fell behind 3-1 heading towards the third period before Nolan Krogfoss scored late in the second to cut the lead.
Thomas to a puck first, Krogfoss to Williams on a backhand fan on it. Now Krogfoss scores! It's not a power play goal, but it comes right after, and it's some much-needed momentum from the Powell River Kings. Mitch Williams had a chance in front of the net, whiffed on it, and then Nolan Krogfoss gets the crumbs.
Teams trading goals in the third period, but the Clippers held the Kings at arm's length, winning by a score of 6-4. Now, the Kings won the season series by a 6-2 score, outscoring Nanaimo 31-23 and outshooting them 272-217. Ryan Bruchette led the way offensively for Powell River, 5 goals and 10 assists in the 8 games. Josh Koblins also had 5 goals, chipping in 5 helpers, while Ben Barad had 5 goals and 3 assists despite only playing 4 of the 8 games. The Clippers, meanwhile, had Ethan Scardina and Sammy Steele with 8 points each. Tyler Williams chipped in with 6. In net, Mitch Adamick shouldered the bulk of the load for the Kings, going 5-2 with a 3.01 goals against average and an .885 save percentage. Jordan Naylor went 2 for 3 with Nanaimo, while Landon Pavlison went 0-3. With a spot in the Island Division final on the line, both teams can lay a bit of a claim to some confidence going into this first round series. For the Powell River Kings, they won the series 6-2 and led in most statistical categories. For the Nanaimo Clippers, however, they've won 2 out of the last 3 matchups against Powell River, including a pair of games on home ice. For the Clippers, though, to advance past Powell River and make it to the Island Division final against the winner of the Victoria Grizzlies Alberni Valley Bulldogs series, they'll have to do something that was only done once by an Island Division team in overtime all season long, and that's beat the Kings here in Powell River.